there. Today we're going to do a session that is really exciting. It's kind of a fun one on creating a time capsule with your client. The materials you're going to need for this are an envelope, a writing utensil, and a piece of paper. Super simple activity, super simple items that you should have on hand easily. If you don't have an envelope, you can use another piece of paper to staple together and or even fold together and fold the piece of paper inside of it. Just whatever makes it easier for you and your client. So what you're going to do with this activity is you're going to work with your client on identifying things that are going on with them right now. This can include good things, can include bad things. And what you want to do is just encourage your client to be open-minded with writing down 3 or 4 things that are going on with them and just have them write them down on a piece of paper. And as you do this, they just give them some time to think, some time to process, and just have them write them down freely. They can write them down 1, 2, 3, 4. They can write a paragraph. It's really their personal preference on how they do that. And so once you do this, obviously make sure that you open up the conversation to be able to process with them some of these things if they're open to them. If they need to process them right now. Otherwise, encourage them that these are some things that they can work on in upcoming sessions and be able to, process the specific needs that they may have. But this is a great opportunity to maybe get your client talking about things that are going on with them. If maybe they aren't being real open, you have a chance to be able to say, you know what, we're going to write these things down. You can choose to share them with me now, or you can keep them to yourself personally, privately. But it gets them thinking about stuff to be able to brainstorm and maybe bring some stuff up during conversation. So, like I said, have them write them down, process them with your client, should they want to. Otherwise, encourage them to stick their paper inside their envelope. You could write their name on it, and then designate a time for when you guys are going to open this time capsule where time has elapsed and allowed maybe some of these things to be processed and worked through, allow your client to be maybe at a different stage of life and be able to see how they've progressed, or there's a chance that maybe they haven't progressed. So that's an opportunity maybe to do a little bit of reality check for them. They feel like maybe they've done better, they've gotten better, they're making progress, but maybe you realize they haven't made as much progress. And so you may be able to open that time capsule down the road and be able to evaluate that maybe some of the problems that they wrote down initially are still problems that are present and maybe need to be addressed again, or addressed for the first time altogether. Maybe at the time your client wasn't ready to address those, and so maybe now they are. And so, like I said, you're going to create a time capsule by writing down things that are going on with your client. It can include good things and bad things. Can include specific things about their life. They can get as elaborate as necessary, but definitely set a limit, a minimum limit, maybe 3 to 4 things, so that you can really assess where your client has come from and where they're going, and the things that they've worked through. So anyways, time capsule, piece of paper, pen, envelope, write down the things, have your client write them down. That gives them the ability to be in control of their emotions, things that are going on with them. Leave it up to them to process them, put them in the envelope, and designate a time together where you guys can process them and open it again down the road. There you go. Thanks.